going on, Nerfers, Nerf Nation? I'm Warhawk, and welcome to episode 13 of Nerf Talk. Before we get started, I just want to bring Lelta in for Lelta's shoutout.
The shout for today goes to Haley because he gives us all our stickers for our Nerf rolls, which is for our Nerf blasters, which we show to you guys, so you can see what they're like. So thank you to Haley for that, and enjoy the video.
Thank you,
Social
Lelta.
distance.
Appreciate that. Yeah, so episode 12, we did it on a really cool mega sniper rifle, the Thunderhawk, and at the end of that episode, I said I wanted to talk about a rival blaster, and that rival blaster is the Nerf Rival Roundhouse. So the Roundhouse is an actual pistol style blaster, but as you can notice, it's a pretty big blaster to be a pistol style. You know, compare it to the Chronos, it's a lot bigger than that. So it would be hard for you to holster this. If you hear a little bit of clanging, that's just one of the dogs kind of wondering what we're doing. Maybe looking for something to eat, whatever. So anyway, yeah, so it is quite big to be a pistol style blaster. And there is a reason for that. And the reason being is because this blaster actually holds 15 rounds in its chamber. So it doesn't use mags, obviously. It's got an internal chamber, and because of its size, it can hold 15 rounds. So how you're gonna load this chamber is you're gonna slide this guard open, and that exposes the hole there. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your balls and stick it in the hole, or rounds, and put it in the hole, just like that. And the cool thing is about these holes here is that when it's actually loaded with the guard open, they will stay in. They won't fall out, so just in case you forget, you don't have to worry about losing your rounds everywhere. So you're gonna close that, and that's how you load the chamber. Now, it does have this cool tack rail up here, but what's really weird about this tack rail is when you push this button here, that's actually where the jam door is to get access, just in case you end up with a jam. So having the tack rail part of the jam door, a little weird in my opinion, but you got to give it props because it does look pretty cool with this sight up here. So, and like I said, it is a Nerf Rival Blaster, so it is meant for an older audience. So the grip on this is actually kind of big, but it does fit an adult hand very comfortably. It does kind of have this indent here, which, fits in the fingers really nice. So it is very comfortable in the hand. And notice too, it does have this guard here. But the nice thing about it is, that's a pretty big hole. Like, you can, get your fist through it pretty easy. So you got lots of room to, maneuver with your hands if you wanted to. So, of course, the trigger on it, it's very smooth to pull this trigger, and it's kind of got a really good curve to it. So it's really smooth to pull that trigger, and it does have the safety switch here. So when the safety is on, obviously you can't pull the trigger, so the gun won't fire. And when the safety's off, you're able to fire. So back here is the priming handle on this blaster, and it is a bit gritty. And the reason why is because when you are priming this blaster, you are rotating the chamber at the same time. And it does take a little bit of force for even me to prime this blaster. So like I said, they are meant for the older audience. So to prime, you're gonna pull back and push forward, and you're ready to shoot. Now the Roundhouse does fire one shot every time primed, but there is a cool trick you can do with this. So once the blaster is primed, you're not able to prime it again. That's because the priming is locked. But there's a little button here on the back, and when you push that button, you're able to actually prime the blaster again. So now there's actually 2 rounds in the chamber, and it becomes a shotgun, firing 2 rounds at once. So the couple things I want to talk about the prime, don't worry, they're not going to hit you, is that when priming this, sometimes if you're not actually paying attention to yourself priming it, you're trying to, prime it really fast, kind of in a battle situation, it might actually jam on you. And it's not actually jammed, it's because you actually didn't pull it back all the way and push forward. That could be one of the reasons too. And another thing that I have found with people with roundhouses is that when you prime it, people are kind of noticing it gets stuck in this motion, and you know, they end up kind of smacking it in the back trying to unjam it. Well, what you might want to try and do is, because it is rotating the chamber, try actually rotating the chamber first, because that might not have rotated all the way. And once you try and do that, you should be able to actually push that forward again without actually trying to hit it, because you can break it if, you know, you got it jammed and you're smashing the back trying to get it unjammed. So I do recommend rotating the barrel first before, you know, smacking your Nerf blaster, you know, trying to get it unjammed. So one last thing I want to point out too, sling mount on the bottom of this guard here, but it's really small. So if you go with kind of like a clip sling like this style up here, it actually won't fit through that. So it kind of has to be like a strap kind of sling. So, but if, you know, you do end up slinging, it would be in a comfortable position. So real quick, yeah, the Nerf Rival Roundhouse, just want to say real quick, don't forget everyone that this is a Rival blaster. So, you know, these things do shoot pretty hard. This one shoots actually about 83 feet per second. So when using a Rival blaster, please be careful, use proper eye protection. You know, especially little ones, it wouldn't take much to cause an injury. So yeah, that's about it. Like I said, they are meant for kind of an older audience. So before I forget to, I just want to say, don't forget to check out, you know, earlier episodes. We did do a really cool Nerf Rival hockey video. You might get a kick out of that one. The zombie hunt was really cool too. And I want to do a quick shout out to my friends over at Toys R Us at Argyle. They helped me with about 80% of my Nerf collection. They're awesome over there, and they're having a really cool sale right now. It's almost over, so you might want to hurry up if you do end up seeing this. So anyway, yes, the Nerf Rival Roundhouse, awesome blaster. I do recommend it. And yeah, for the next episode, I do want to go back to the Elite series again, and I kind of want to talk about what you could say the king of Elite blasters. Well, you could actually call it a Titan. Thanks for watching.